Hey guys, so this came to my mind earlier and I just want to share it with you guys. So I talked about how we are instruments in God's plan. Well, I got a message to share with you tonight, the game plan. And that is God's plan. You know, we all start out losing, going down a path that we're not supposed to before we know God. And this came to me. If we hadn't lost before, because God will use anything to make a path for you to get to Him. Whether you lost your job, whether you lost a game of soccer, or you're expelled from school, just something. Well, God will do anything to get you to come to Him. And you know how there's always a plan to win everyone tries to win the game football. Now, this it doesn't really, what I'm saying. This game plan is the big plan that God has. Level 1. You know how level 1 is usually, level 1 is training on a video game. Now, I'm not saying that this is literally a video game, but God will train you. He'll tell you what you need to do to come into His kingdom, to reach people. And there will be times where people will reject your message. But those are the people that aren't ready to hear it. Now He reaches out to everyone. After we've lost, it's like He reaches out His hand. Usually when we're down, either down the line or right then and there, something comes up, we get another chance, and by chance I mean God gives us a chance to be winners. It's like He's reaching out, hey, do you want to be a winner? And there will be people that accept it, and we're put right into the game on level 1, where God tells us what to do and where to go. And He prepares us for a lot of stuff. Now there will be people who reject the chance to be a winner. Those are the people who aren't ready or don't believe. Now you know how when you get to the higher levels, there's a boss. The boss you beat before, like the next level after that, if there's a boss, he's usually tougher and harder to beat. Well, God will send stuff our way that will strengthen us, make us stronger. We need to keep our eyes focused on the prize. Just like Peter was. He had his eyes focused on Jesus. Getting to heaven, that is a reward for the overcomer. That is the end of the game. Heaven is where we have our victory. It's like that. Just think of it like that. So people mock God when things don't go their way. If they've had something bad happen in their lives, tragedy, a situation. But what people don't realize is, if everything was perfect, we wouldn't want anything to do with God. If everything was just smooth sailing, we wouldn't at all want God in our lives. We'd be all like, as soon as somebody asks if we want to know Jesus, no, you got everything I need. I'm fine. Now, Um, I want to bring this up. You may think this is a weird example. I watched a episode of Super Carlin Brothers, talking about Disney parents, how they died. And, he said, Ben Carlin said, because perfect isn't interesting. Now I know that this is talking about Disney parents, but in a way, it's talking about life. Because if tragedies didn't happen, we wouldn't have found God. God will do anything, even if that means taking away what you like. Well, okay, maybe if you're obsessed with it, He'll do anything, guys. Job went through hard times. The enemy spoke to God and said, I guarantee you, Job will turn away if you take away his family. And Job was, you gotta admit, for how the way Job acted, losing his family, now that is a lot better than people would usually take it. Usually people would just give up. But here's the thing, we shouldn't give up. The enemy puts the blindfold of deception on, and we think that we're defeated and nothing can get us out of this situation. Well, guys, that's a complete crap. Once we figure out that it's not over yet, because Jesus will always make a way for us. That blindfold of deception is no longer on. It was on Job. He had 3 friends blaming him for what happened to his family. I think that would make him pretty angry. And I don't blame Job for, how he acted. I mean, if you lost your family, I'm sure, well, if I lost my family, I would definitely be out of it. I would. And, for how Job acted, pretty good. And when he had the blindfold of deception on, he wished that he wasn't born. You know what? He turned back to God as soon as he knew what was going on. But you see, guys, if stuff like this didn't happen in our lives, we would not have found God. Now, the point is to not give up. We're not at the last level, at the finish line. We're just in the middle. God is going to give us some tests. Like I said before, David, when he defeated Goliath, he got a promotion. He became king of Israel. I mean, not right away, but he was a hero. God will put an obstacle in our lives in order for us to get a promotion. Divine acceleration. David was just a little boy, and yet he killed a giant with the help of God. Just a sling and a stone. Goliath had a shield, a sword, and a suit of armor, and yet he was defeated by a stone. Well, God directed the stone to his head. I'll discuss that on another video. So, guys, for my question of the day, are you going to finish the game? Are you going to trust in God that He knows what He's doing, that everything is falling into place right now? Because only God knows when the game will end. We just have to trust that He will guide us through every level, help us defeat every boss. And by boss, I mean like overcome defeat, doubt. Just trust that He will move our stones and that we will get through all this. Everything will be fine. God will not let you down. Trust in Him. Lean on Jesus. Let Him catch you. Let Him guide your path. You'll be alright. So guys, I hope that you got something out of this. If you want to check out last night's video that I did with Wade, Caught Up in the Moment, you can go check that out. And if you want to see He Still Moves Stones that I did with Mark Payne, very good message that he had, you can go ahead and check that out. So I hope that you guys got something for this. Remember, the thing about me is I'm plain and simple. I'm normal, I'm ordinary, I'm no different than you guys. But he is not. He is beautiful and he's lovely and he's glorious. And when times get tough, praise God in the storm.